Thank you, Van Tonder, for welcoming us. And indeed, we feel welcome. And I believe that today we are going to have a very fruitful dialogue, and we will be left inspired, especially in the midst of this pandemic. COVID-19 is making things not so easy. And the reason being that we are so used to a particular way of doing things. And you know, when seasons change and they call for new ways of doing things, it's not easy. And you see it even in big organizations. In big organizations, you see that when new technology is introduced, the young ones feel excited because they want to open up to a new way of doing things. But the old ones who are so used to one way of doing things, they are not always friendly to these changes. But you know, I'm so encouraged that we have one of our own today who's going to really take us through his journey. And I believe that somebody who was at the verge of quitting whatever business they are doing will remain on course and continue with the vision that they had. And but I'm also as well joined by our capable leadership, Deputy Chairperson Tumelo Mailula, whom I'm going to welcome first and allow Tumelo to speak to us before I can ask Tau to come. Mr. Mailula, please, the stage is yours, although we are using technology.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, my name is Tumelo Mailula, the Deputy Chair, MLEE. And I think mine today is very short. It's just that as we obviously observe what is happening in the landscape of our country and the world, is we don't forget what is it that we were doing before this, you know, just maintaining our spirits to be up, continuing with our businesses where we find challenges to continue to seek support from one another, because we see a lot of businesses are closing and most of our members are business owners, you know. I think maybe is also an opportunity maybe for us as an organization to see how is it that we can perhaps open up a help desk for businesses to see how we can intervene as MLEE to brainstorm with them to see how their businesses can be saved. You know, as much as most of the businesses are SMMEs, they too are impacted by COVID, and I myself run a business as well, and I've seen the impacts. So we need to observe that as the executive and also as members to say, what is it that we can do to assist businesses, especially our members, in trying to navigate through this current space that we're in. Yeah, that would be my parting shot.
Thank you so much, Deputy Chair, for your contribution there, especially as we are opening the floor. And I mean, I really want to say that I feel inspired already by this initiative to want to set up a help desk, because when a season is like this, people that are affected are not foreign to us. They are our fellow brothers and sisters. They are our fellow entrepreneurs, business people who are within MLEE. And if help is supposed to come, I believe that help has to come from us first before we go outside our space to call for extra strength or extra assistance. Thank you so much for that leadership. And I believe that in your leadership, in the leadership of the chairperson, Mr. Tulani Mabena, the SG and others, this will become a reality. Now, I also want to take this opportunity and welcome our guest panelist, Mr. Tau of the Brai Guru. I want to say that, Tau, please just spend about some few minutes, 5 minutes or less, introducing yourself to us. I may know you, but many others there do not know you, but I'm sure they know about the Brai Guru, but they didn't know the brain and the mind that is behind the Brai Guru. So now I want us to allow or to welcome in this platform the visionary of the Brai Guru, Mr. Tau. Please come through. The platform is yours.
Thank you very much, Mfundis. We actually do make it deliberate that the so-called brain behind Brai Guru remains a myth, because we want to sell Brai Guru as a legend, and it's rightfully so, because this is a product where we ourselves went and researched originally how we as South Africans or as Africans used to prepare meat. You know, we know that in the past, meat, we were hunters. We hunted, we caught the animal, and we prepared it over a fire. And how was that done? We didn't have the fancy spices and all of those then. So we're trying to go back to that and also modifying the taste. So it was deliberate that we try hide the face behind it, but I'll just give you a brief background. I am an accountant by qualification, and all my life haunted by the bone of being an entrepreneur. I started my first business in high school at 15. I was selling lipsticks and perfumes and all of that at school. Studied at Bond University, an Australian university. I've worked in the bank as financial manager for group marketing. I've worked in government institution, but you know, being an entrepreneur is a calling, and I left all of that, the beautiful pay, to start this product called the Brai Guru. If you allow me, can I go into Brai Guru? I think I'm more comfortable talking about Brai Guru than myself.
Please go into Brai Guru.
Yeah, Brai Guru is actually a South African product that's also being adopted worldwide. I see some of the guys that have logged in here are some of my friends from US and stuff, and let me welcome them. Brai Guru is a patriotic South African product where we say that, I mean, one of our first goal, our short-term goal, is to ensure that over 2,500 people in the next 3 to 5 years must be employed directly or indirectly by Brai Guru. So we are not about just buying and selling the product. We are about poverty alleviation. We're also about carrying the flag of South Africa. Hence our tagline is the taste of South Africa. We want to put that taste out in the world. You know, I've traveled quite substantially, and everywhere you go, and funny enough is even locally, when you ask people what is South African food, they will tell you about maotwana, malana, diana, ditowana, whatever. And you be like, did we used to catch cows and slaughter this cow just to consume mala or klo, skopo or kakwana? What did we do with the rest of the carcass? So we want to get South Africans back to being proud of their food, which is how we prepared it over an open fire. You know, part of our moving products is pap, dumpling, chakalaka. I mean, we make sure that we do the best chakalaka in South Africa, and the like. So that's who we are. We are a patriotic product for South Africans, and we want South Africans to be proud of us, of themselves through us. What is Braai Guru? Braai Guru is a boutique braai company. We don't just braai like everybody else. We make sure that the quality of the product, the quality of the taste, the presentation is top notch. What differentiates us from our competitors is that we always make sure that we present ourselves right. We talk to the 5 senses of a human being at all times. Sense number 1, we say we must be aromatically attractive. So our food must smell good. We must be aesthetically pleasing. When you look at that food, the first thing that people eat your food with is with their eyes. You must look at that food and say, I want to taste the food. The texture to die for. When you touch that meat, you must want it to salivate. I mean, one of our followers on Instagram once said that her grandmother doesn't have teeth and usually doesn't eat meat, but she enjoys the juiciness of Braai Guru. And that's what it is. I mean, this lady must have smelled the food, looked at the food and said, teeth or not, I'm diving into this food. We also make sure that the taste is tantalizing. You must eat this food and feel like dancing for it. And the 5th sense is it must be memorable. We talk to the brain. After you eat our food, we want you to go to social media, to your friends and anybody else and tell them about our food. And that is Braai Guru in a nutshell.
Thank you so much, Mr. Masimula, Mr. Tau Masimula. You know, I believe that we are already learning a lot by talking to you, especially the motivation behind, you know, what you are trying to achieve by a product that you offer within the Braai Guru. What is it? And I can see that there is brain that is working behind why should we be different and what can make us different? What can we do to work on an identity that when a person come across our product, they know what it stands for, and wherever they go to after taking or consuming our product, they must still remember us. You see that the aroma and the smell and the taste of it and how it looks, and you want to brand, you want to build your brand around all that. You know, I know that's very interesting, and we can talk more about that, Mr. Masimula.